What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. A little different here. You can see we got Jared in the back, my dad. We're in the F-250 studios. We just wrapped up Saginaw Bay, final event of the year. But we're here to talk about now that 2025 Bass Pro Tour season is over. We're going into 2026. We're going to do a schedule preview. My thoughts, my dad's thoughts, none of Jared's thoughts. And I want your thoughts. Let me know what tournaments you like, which ones you don't like, and which one you think we might win.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so it's going to be a cool deal. Pretty unique lakes on the schedule. Let's get into it.
And I will say this. It's been a little while since 2021 since I won one. Heavy hitters. And if I'm going to win another one, this schedule does have a couple of potentials on there for me.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's possible. I'm not calling it, but I'd love it.
Yep. All right, starting off at stage one, we've got Lake Guntersville. Obviously, famous lake. A lot of history on it. But what do you think about that date, January 15th through the 18th?
Well, that's the one that's a big questionable on mine as far as why. You know, when you turn 62, you're really worried about comfort. You know, when I was your age, I didn't care. I'll just put on every piece of clothing I own and go fish. But I mean, it could be 60 degrees if we get really lucky for a day or two. But we're probably a good weather there that time of year is probably highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. Bad weather is a blizzard and
highs in the teens.
Yeah. In the I don't want none.
Yeah, ice
category.
I mean, Guntersville ices up probably not the whole river, but the creeks probably ice up once a year.
I'm sure. I mean, at least occasionally. I mean, it could happen.
Yep.
I will say this. In my opinion, both tours have been very lucky when they've scheduled too far north really early.
Yeah.
And so we're due to not get lucky.
Yeah. Looking at that tournament, from what I know about Guntersville, no matter how cold it gets, I've heard it's going to be okay from like Lucas. He says it'll be okay unless it's muddy. If there's a bunch of current, it's muddy, and it's cold, it's not going to be very okay.
Not going to be okay.
So, you know, one period of scope, going to be super important.
Basically, you have one period for your tournament day, and you can go drink coffee the rest of the day. If I have a good
you'll be able to catch some fish without it, but boy, you better not miss.
Yeah.
You better be around a bunch of big ones.
Yeah.
So, but that'll be a cool event. Still to this point,
no,
the hottest lake.
That'll be a cold event.
Yeah, cold. It's still the hottest lake in the country, in my opinion. We fished it for Redcrest this year. I think, you know, we kind of missed it at Redcrest. It wasn't what it should be. The fish were really in a spawning funk. Some were in, some were out, some were all in between. So, moving on.
One thing about that time of year for Guntersville, it's not going to be some are in, some are out. They're all going to be out. They're all going to be in. There's not going to be like maybe pre-spawn. It's going to be like, even if good weather hits, it's going to all be wintertime.
Yeah. But there are some fish that winter in the grass there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you won't be able to get a bite on a rattle trap.
Yeah.
Because you will.
I agree with that.
You will. All right, moving on. Stage two. I've never had a bass tournament here. You've had one. You know what I'm talking about? You won here.
Huh?
You've won here.
Hartwell.
Yeah.
Lake
Hartwell.
I've had one almost that same week. Maybe the classic that I won in 2008 might have been 4 or 5 days after that. I think the final day was the 28th.
Yeah.
Of February.
February 19th through the 22nd, Lake Hartwell in South Carolina. I've never fished a tournament there. I don't really know what to expect. I think I practiced with you for a day or two there, but it's a good fishery. It's better than it used to be too, from what I understand.
Did I hear right that spotted bass are starting to play more at Hartwell?
No, I think they're a big factor there.
So, and that wasn't really the case. They were kind of an occasional thing back then. So the spotted bass are much less affected by cold weather.
I mean, I don't know the answer to that, to be honest, but
yeah,
I mean,
I weighed in a spot at that classic, I think on the final day, but I think now that, like you said, they really play, and they're not maybe like giant 5-pounder Coosa spots, but they're, you know, you get some 2 and 3
I think it's got more largemouth than Clark's Hill, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I mean, I think it's a herring fishery, typical Carolina clay points, but this should be winter transitioning into early pre-spawn that time of year.
Yeah, it could be, and
Pre-spawn.
there'll still be some. It just depends on the weather. There'll still be some fish in really deep water.
Yeah, there'll be some in 50 probably when we're there.
A lot of it's going to depend on the water level, which right now they've had all kinds of, I think, a lot of rain in that region.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm sure it'll be full.
It's full now. It can come down. If they don't get fall rains, it could be a little low, but it's not going to be. It was like 35 feet low when I won the Classic there. It was like, it looked like moonscape around the edge of the lake.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's not going to be like that.
Yeah. But I don't really have a lot to input on Hartwell. I think that's another event. Scope is going to be crazy important.
Herring, blueback herring.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a minnow shaking fest for the one period that you get it. After that, I could really see some guys maybe making 2D play with a jig and spoon and stuff like that. Maybe being a little more efficient.
Could even a jig.
Yeah, possibly dragging a jig or
play.
Casting a jig.
Yep.
But I
underspin. Don't forget the underspin. I mean, that's the typical wintertime deal there. When before forward-facing sonar was.
The problem is like underspin's like a Subway sandwich, and they've had filet mignon now with the minnow. Why would they want a Subway sandwich?
Yeah,
they've seen so many more baits. Not to say they don't still bite it, but it's not the bait that it used to be. I don't think, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Just all across the country.
Sometimes the old thing that they never see anymore is a new thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tie one on.
Yep. All right, stage 3, March 5th through the 8th. A lake I've heard of before. I'm sure you have too. Lake Whitney and Lake Waco. So we have 2 bodies of water. Just so happen to be probably the 2 lakes that are just about closest to our house. I mean, Whitney's a little further than Belton probably.
Yeah,
but like
45 minutes from Whitney or 50 minutes.
Those are 2 lakes that both of us really kind of cut our teeth on in a way. You more so than me. But what makes that so cool is not any home field advantage to me. I think the time of year we're going to be there's actually very little home field advantage, as little as there could be, but we get to have all of our families around. I mean, I get to sleep in my bed, he gets to sleep in his, I get to have my kids at takeoff. It's going to be
at least,
cool week.
With our history there, at least we know what parts of the lakes they live in.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can catch a bass anywhere, but we know where the population centers are.
Yeah.
So we can make sure that we're spending our time in potentially productive water. We can be efficient in practice.
Yes.
Whitney is going to be really an interesting one. So much there. They're totally different lakes.
Yeah.
Whitney being a highland reservoir, deep, can be clear depending on the amount of rain that we get. A lot of rock, a lot of real steep terrain. Waco, basically a shallow
mud hole
timber lake, but some giant bass in it.
Yep. And
I mean, I would say you're going to see a 9 caught in both of those events.
Yeah, and they're 2 lakes very close to each other, but not only do they fish differently, but the stage that the fish are going to be in are different.
Yeah.
I mean, I that time of year on Waco, they're going to be as hard pre-spawn, if not even starting to spawn, that they get.
Yep. Just depends on the weather.
Whereas Whitney, they're going to be just a couple weeks behind.
We would have to have an unusually warm winter and a big warm up that week for there to be any spawning activity on Whitney. Now up the river at Whitney, it's probably a little bit different story. You could actually have some, but if the water's high, it's been low for so long and we flooded up. So much new growth on the upper end.
They'll get lost.
Yeah, they just get lost. I mean, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah. So we're really excited for those events, but not for the home field advantage, for the first time ever, maybe the last time ever, tournament in our home. You've been fishing professionally how long? 35 years?
Next year will be my 36th season.
36 years and you've never gotten this opportunity.
I fished a lot of tournaments there, but it was back in the day, like back in 1994,
Yeah, professional tournaments though. Yeah. I mean, this is a first. Cool. I mean, this is my 10th season, never had anything like this. So.
And I do already feel some pressure about that, going to be in front of the home field crowd.
Nobody's heard of the lakes. So everybody just assumes we're going to win because we live there.
Yeah.
Because it's not. Yeah. Nobody has history to go off of.
I am determined to to win something there, so I'm scheduling a Bass Pro Tour pickleball tournament.
Okay.
On our off day.
All right. And then stage 4. This is probably going to be the fan favorite, which I think is a mistake. It is March 26th to the 29th, OH Ivie, Lake Brownwood. So another split lake event.
Not too far from our house either. We're probably us and Gary Klein are probably the closest. So we'll be the local favorites for 2 stages in a row for the first time ever.
Yeah. So we got OH Ivie for the first rounds, and then championship and knockout are going to be on Lake Brownwood. You guys know, if you've watched the channel, I fished Lake Brownwood. That's where the team series, I competed with Ott as my partner. We fished there the final day. Really enjoyed that fishery. I think it's going to be really good. So if you know of OH Ivie, it's probably the most talked about lake over the last like 5 years. Tons of pressure, tons of big fish, but you can't talk about big fish without talking about how many 13 plus pound fish have been caught out of there. But I think it's very skewed. Like, those big fish skew people's opinions and make you think it's the greatest lake ever, which it's good, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of big fish swimming around there, more than just about anywhere else in the country per acre, but very pressured. It's not what it was several years ago when Milliken put it on the map. And
it's going to be that again.
Maybe.
Because it's flooded up.
Maybe. I still give it a maybe.
I'll give it 100% because the population is going to explode. But when we're there, the recent expansion into the cover is going to make the fishing a little more difficult.
Yeah, it's going to make it harder. So we're entering into pre-spawn, spawn time there. The water has come up. It's got a lot of flooded cover, and they can get away from you, and I assume that they will.
I would recommend all the fans take a picture of all the pros boat wraps before that tournament and after, because it's not when I say it's flooded brush, it's not like,
it's just like thick,
it's like stuff with thorns.
Forest, yeah.
And
not big trees.
The boat wraps aren't going to get scratched. And throw in probably some 50-mile-an-hour winds while we're there.
Yeah.
That's the windiest place in the world.
That's another thing people aren't ready for, I think.
Yeah.
Fishing in our state, even at Whitney and Waco, but Ivie and Brownwood even more. I mean, it is the wind tunnel. I mean, you're in West Texas at that point. It blows 70 there yearly. I mean,
yeah.
You get blows like that, and I'm not talking in a severe thunderstorm. Just like, it blew 70 today. It does that there. So I don't know. I don't think guys are ready for that.
Yeah, your grandmother lives 30 minutes from there, and we recorded a wind gust on her weather station at her house of 99.5 miles an hour
on a sunny day.
Yeah. So
there will be a lot of. I'm not really excited for OH Ivie. I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah.
I think I might catch the biggest bass of my life while I'm there, but man, it's going to be some really tough fishing.
And we might catch a break in the weather.
You might catch a break in the weather. They could be spawning.
But any bite could be a state record.
Yep.
There is a state record in that lake.
I agree. But I'm excited for Lake Brownwood if I can get there. I mean, when we fish it in the fall, which is about the worst time you could ever fish it, October's not going to show you what really lives there, and fishing was good when Ott and I fished. So I have to assume you go there in the spring, it's a pretty good, solid fishery. So
I've only been on it 2 times in my entire life.
You fished it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I fished an Angler's Choice Team Championship back in like 1989 or something.
Wow.
I didn't do any good.
Redcrest is the big old mystery box here. They have not announced Redcrest yet. I think I know where it might be. Not like it was.
You do know where it is, because I talked to somebody yesterday, but we can't say.
Okay.
You do know where it is, though.
Yeah, I think I know where it is, but we could say.
We'll break the. Yeah, that probably wouldn't go over well. We'll drop the bomb for them.
I'm not happy about where it is, honestly, but it's going to be where it is. So we'll just skip over that.
It'll be good for the sport. I'll say that. I think it'll be good for the league.
Yeah. We'll talk about that after the video. I think it'll be a good. Honestly, be right in my wheelhouse if that's where it is.
Yeah.
But, moving on. Stage 5. I've never fished a tournament here. You fished a bunch of tournaments here. Beaver Lake in northwest Arkansas. Is that actually the town, Northwest? Why do they? I've never seen
No,
it.
it's just well,
is it just the region? Because that's what they've all. You got to get over and you're stopping.
It's just the region of Northwest Arkansas, which is like.
But that's so weird. Is there not a host city?
Yeah, Bentonville, like the home of Walmart.
Like all this is Waco, Texas, Erie, Texas, Guntersville, Alabama. Nope, just Northwest Arkansas.
I never dreamed that I would look at a tour schedule and out of all the tournaments, would say the one I'm looking most forward to is Beaver Lake. But that's almost where I'm at right now.
Yeah. It should be April 30th through May 3rd. Should be a full-on spawn event.
Should be.
It should be really fun. I've never fished a tournament there. I know it's not a big fish fishery.
No.
I think it's better than it used to be when you fish all the FLW events there. But
we better have a 1 pound. It'd probably be a 1.8, honestly.
Probably be a 1.8.
So the minimum, the state limit on largemouth there is 15 inches, which is like a 2-3 or something. If they do that to us, it's going to be a really tough event. Because that's going to take spotted bass out.
That'd be great.
You say that. It's a spotted bass dominant. A 1.8 would be okay. Let's do 1.8.
Yeah. But I don't have a ton to add there, but I'm excited for Beaver Lake too. Like I'm actually really excited.
So you got largemouth, you got spotted, you've also got smallmouth and beaver.
So all three species, and you've got stripers.
Mega stripers.
And you got stripers.
Mega stripers.
We got that going for us.
My girlfriend's aunt has the lake record striper on me.
No kidding.
Really?
55 pounds or something.
Wow.
Giant. She went on a guided trip with her.
That's awesome.
That's a lake that water level will be a big factor too.
Yeah, it could be 20 foot in the woods.
It could be 20 feet in the woods. It really can, or it could be low. It's just rock.
I still have PTSD. Y'all had an FLW tournament there when it was in the woods and they were spawning. And you remember I used to clean boats for cash. The very next week, I went there and there was this yellow sap. You remember that? So I've got PTSD from when I was a kid. I used to clean boats for cash. They had one of those flooded events on Beaver Lake. In all of y'all's boats the next week when I went to go clean them before we were at Guntersville, Eufaula, Alabama, everybody had this yellow permanent sap on their boat. It like dip and dyed the gel coat on their boats. And I scrubbed and I scrubbed and I scrubbed and I scrubbed. And I can remember Clark Winley just being like, "Hey Alan, that's good. I only paid you $20. He's like, "You've been out here for like 3 hours."
Well, to me, the fun thing about a beaver, especially if it's got a little water in the timber, maybe not 20 feet, but 5 feet, is there's so many different patterns and options that those fish have that it could be anything that could play and could win, from a shaky head to a top water to a jerkback to a flipping bite. I mean, it's a diverse. It's not a big fish place, but it's a diverse place.
Yeah.
Better be ready for anything.
All right, moving on. This tournament's going to be fun. You caught a really big fish this week that qualified you for it. Heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So
I'm just glad I'll be there.
He was the last guy in and needed to catch a big one, like a really big one, for here, where we just came from. And you want to tell what happened?
That was really my goal for the week, because my season had been bad enough that if I won, the points weren't going to help me. If I finished dead last, the points weren't going to help me. But I needed to qualify for heavy hitters. I'm largemouth fishing yesterday, and I catch a 4.6 smallmouth.
Yeah.
That put me in heavy hitters. And at Saginaw, that's a giant.
Yeah, that's
fish.
a giant fish.
Like
I think big fish
caught.
Yeah, 4.11 for the week.
So I'm in.
I mean, my big fish was a 3.3 to give you a gauge of what kind of swims around in there. But Orange Lake, May 16th through the 21st, should be phenomenal. Probably the best big bass factory in the state of Florida for kicking out like double-digit size fish. I'm not going to say we're going to catch tons of numbers, but that's not what heavy hitters is about. It's about big ones. I was talking to Terry Scroggins at the boat ramp the other morning, and he's like, "Man, that's the perfect time of year to be there."
Really?
He said everybody in the week that you're there, everybody's going to get one of those bites that time of year.
Wow.
He said you may only get one. He said they're big ones.
I'll probably get mine in practice.
Oh, guaranteed. I'll catch 3 of them in practice. Yeah. I've never caught a Florida 10, so that'd be cool. Moving on, Grand Lake, Oklahoma, June 18th through the 21st. I really like this event. Super excited for it. I think it's a lake that everybody's gotten tired of because we fish it in February or March. And I mean, either Bass or MLF has for the past infinite years. But being there in June, last time I can remember a summertime event there would have been like 2004 when Ryan McClellan won it.
Yeah, that's right. And Bass did have a couple of events there in the summer back in the day. And I fished it then.
The real wild card there is going to be the weather, the water level. Yeah. Is it blown out muddy? Is it high? That's just Oklahoma from April through June is typically a flooded mud hole.
And if it's not, if it's stable, it'll be an offshore.
Yeah, and if it's
it'll
stable,
be a structure fishing deep bite.
So.
If it's shallow, there's still either way. There's going to be some offshore structure fishing that's going to play.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
you could maybe do well flipping if it's flooded.
Yeah, but
if it's not flooded, you better put the flipping stick away.
Yeah, I agree. But that's probably my second most excited for event is that one right there. Is probably Grand Lake, just because I've never fished at that time of year. I've seen some tournament results for that time of year, and they caught them really good there this year. In that exact
good
time.
To know.
So, and then stage 7, I'm gonna leave the biggest thumbs down ever. Lake Erie, Sandusky, Ohio, August 6th through the 9th.
Yeah. You know, you think of Lake Erie, you think of big smallmouth, but it's not the fishery that it used to be. It's gotten so much pressure. I won't say the winter won't catch a smallmouth, but it probably won't.
There's times of year that certain zones and things play, and you know, there's a reason last time we were there, I was running from Sandusky to St. Clair.
Well, but that's
2.5. I understand, but 2.5 hours at St. Clair was better than 8 hours anywhere around Sandusky.
Yeah.
And I destroyed my boat. I destroyed my back. I destroyed my mind. I just never want to go. Honestly, I had especially that final day, that run is so intimidating, so brutal on your body. I basically said I never want to go back there. But we're going back. I don't know where our boundaries are going to be.
I guarantee you will not be able to go to St. Clair.
No. I think you'll be maybe able to go to the mouth of the river, though.
Probably.
That's 55 miles across Lake Erie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing small about that run.
And I still don't know, doing that, I don't know if you'd have enough time and all you can catch. And that's not the time of year for the mouth of the river yet.
Yeah, it's too early.
Maybe. We're August, right? Early August.
Early August.
So what that's going to turn into is a surprise for people to see exactly how many largemouth are in Lake Erie.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to see. And in my opinion, that wins.
I kind of agree, too. But it may be from some guy that runs to Toledo.
Could be.
It's very possible.
But in a south or southwest wind, that's doable. You run the shoreline, you get there, and you can run 45 miles an hour.
Yep, I agree.
You don't have to go across the big part of the lake. If it's calm, you can.
Yep.
But you also don't have to go to Toledo. You can go the other direction.
So you're calling largemouth dominates that event like what we saw at Saginaw?
I'm calling largemouth. No, it ain't gonna be that good.
I know, but like
they're gonna dominate. Largemouth are gonna dominate because there's a lot of them. Now, I'm hoping we have like a 1/8. I hope it's not
They have to do a 1/8, man.
Or a 1 pound.
Yeah.
But you'll be surprised at the numbers of largemouth there.
If they do a 2 pound minimum, smallmouth could play. Someone like Jacob that knows that area like the back of his hand. He also knows largemouth like the back of his hand, though. They're there.
Yeah.
So, but that's the 2026 Bass Pro Tour schedule. There will be some team series and stuff at the end of the year, but we won't know those till the end of the year next year. So let us know. Drop a comment below. What do you think? What tournament are you looking forward to the most? And which one am I going to win? Which one is my dad going to win? So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.
I'm going to win the pickleball tournament at Lake Waco.
Yeah.